rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. Now, Young Blue was arrested yesterday for allegedly attacking a woman. Now, this is an incident at the center of an alleged custody dispute involving a 10-year-old child. They said that officers responded to a 911 call from a woman on October 15th to their home. When deputies arrived, they said the woman told them that Young Blue had shown up at the residence unannounced with the intent to take the 10-year-old child with him. They said an argument ensued, and allegedly he threw the woman to the ground. Now, Young Blue made a statement. He says, "I'm off this internet thing. I cherish women, and I'm completely innocent. Just know this about to be one of the toughest times to be a fan of mine because I'm about to go into another bracket as owner and entrepreneur, and people hate. You know that. They hate on that." So that's what happened with Young Blue while he was arrested yesterday.
Damn.
This is like the second fiasco he's had with women in the media, like within like the past 2 months, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like he needs to sage.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a sage.
Sounds like he needs a sage, but I like Young Blue. I hope he figures that out.
Yeah. Now, Suge Knight. Now, this is crazy. Suge Knight is starting a podcast from prison.
We do not need podcast mics in prison. The last thing we need is podcast mics in prison. Podcast mics in prison is a recipe for disaster.
Let's listen to the trailer.
More than $300 million death row with a possible RICO case in mind.
People don't know about a lot of this stuff.
David Mays started The Source on the new source for news. The magazine is now a $10 billion a year publication.
Every time you turn around, everybody wants to spread some lies or some
Any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, we won't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record. Come to Death Row.
You have a prepaid call from
Suge Knight.
So this sounds like a well-produced, singular-focused podcast. This podcast is actually about an issue? What is it about?
I guess they can be talking about everything. He's going to be talking about it all everything that's going on with Death Row. He's going to be, they say, barking back at Snoop, Akon, and a host of other people. He's going to reply into some of the things that they've heard. So, yeah, this is it's actually on Breakbeat Media, so it is going to be coming out. They said 5 episodes are already shot, so we'll be seeing it soon.
I guess Suge got a story to tell. I'm just saying, like, you don't want just random podcast mics floating around prison. Like, you do not want to hear a podcast called Guys We Effed coming out of a male correctional facility. Nobody wants that. All right? Okay, and the only other way I would want podcast mics in prison is if you have some of these brothers and sisters telling stories about how they got there, so maybe people don't make the same decisions that they made.
That would be good.
That could be interesting.
But let me ask you a question. Doesn't that get you in trouble? Like, you're not supposed to have a podcast. I'm sure Mike's in jail, or you're not supposed to be talking, and then all of a sudden the podcast comes out. Doesn't that sound crazy?
People be on FaceTime in jail.
Word up.
A lot of people from jail have been getting in contact with me a lot of different ways. So
yes.
I don't know what the rules are, but I will say I feel like a lot of podcasts these days already feel like jail talk. It'd be nothing but hood trauma stories. Little Day did this back then. I just be like, my goodness, I'm over it.
It is something to what Nyla's saying, because you do have a lot of people on podcasts kind of like just incriminating themselves, right? Yep. So these are the people who they're literally incarcerated for crime, you know? So once again, I just feel like if they're in there and they're telling us how they got there, and maybe people don't make those same mistakes, that could be cool if they turn it into a teachable moment. But other than that, nah.
And lastly, it seems like Megan Thee Stallion and Carl Crawford, Carl Crawford was the owner of the label she was signed to, 1501 Certified. It seems like the beef is now over. They parted ways. Everything seems fine. So I know it's been 3 years of back and forth, but now they say that they have ended their relationship, financially and I guess business-wise. So she is no longer on 1501 Certified. So I know she was looking for that. So congratulations to her. All right.
What I mean, they bought her out? Like, what happened? Like, they didn't give no details?
Nah, they're not giving no details. They just say they amicably part ways and ended 3 years of back and forth of swiping on social media. And
so they were in court and everything, right?
Yeah, in court and everything. So maybe they agreed to maybe somebody bought it out. Maybe he'll still get a percentage of whatever it is. But She's no longer on 1501 certified.
I don't like stuff like that. When there's so much noise around a situation, we knew all the details going into it.
Right.
So tell us all the details when things get cool.
I was about to say, they ain't saying nothing that kind of scares me. But doing business with anybody from Texas like that honestly scares me.
Damn, why are you shooting
gonna,
at the whole Texas, Nyla?
The whole Texas?
Just because
Who owe you money in Texas?
Nobody but music history in Texas, like all those people intimidate me.
Like who?
Oh, I get what you say. You say the what you've heard about some of the people in Texas.
Yeah, like how they move.
Not that they do bad business. You just hear intimidating things about them.
Yes.
Oh, I get what you said.
Like,
the legend of Jay Prince is what you're talking about.
Jay Prince, mob ties, all that.
I get what
I want no beef, no problem, no parts. And once they get involved, like we said, we don't hear nothing. All we know is it's a done deal. Like,
I get what you're saying.
I'm okay. Salute to Texas, though.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, Teslin Figaro will be joining us for Front Page News. And you hear that, Charlamagne? That frog is coming out the throat. I don't know what it was.
Here, I got a copy of Jada Pinkett Smith's new book if anybody wants it. I got a couple of these. I'm just giving these out.
No,
I showed you this because it might scare that frog out your throat.
Oh,
all right. Look at this. Look at
this. All right. When we come back, we got Front Page News, and don't forget Ida Rodriguez will be joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.